Alrighty then, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 822, the Ultimate Author Production Team. There's Stanley all curled up. All right. It starts with you. I don't even have that on the slide because you are the talent. You are the producer. You are the one who creates the stories. You write the stories. So it starts with an alpha reader then. After you, this is a person to do in-progress work, looking at your story just to make sure it makes sense and hits the right highlights, the right ebb and flow of the story. Next, you have your beta readers and your developmental editors. I kind of use my beta readers as developmental editors because I had a developmental editor once and it didn't work out very well. So how much rewriting can you actually do before you make the story worse and not better? So beta readers, what they're going to do is more in-depth story review, but pretty much once you've got it done, tweak. And alpha readers, it might be a scrap and start over, or let's completely rewicker stuff. So your alpha readers, beta readers are critical to the story, making sure the story works. And then once you've got that story done and massaged, editor, line or copy editor, get the grammar right, continuity between the elements of the story, between the words, between the sentences, between the paragraphs. Are you mixing things and how are you putting that together? So this is where you bake the cookies as opposed to you're mixing the dough. We all love cookie dough. All right, proofreaders. Those are the ones who catch those little typos, who escape all other notice throughout the process. Get through because people are reading and they're engaged in the story. So the more typos I have at the end, the better I think the story is. And the proofreaders, thank the world for proofreaders because they catch those. They're able to read the story, enjoy the story, but still catch those typos because they can take somebody out of a story later. Never include something that causes a reader to stop reading. So you always try to produce the absolute best story you can and technically sound. So you're not mixing past tense, present tense, past tense, and it becomes tedious for a reader. Do not make your story tedious. Now you have a formatter. How are we going to put that story into a way that the reader can read effortlessly? Now with Kindles and other reading devices, they can change the font, they can change the spacing, they can do all of that themselves. So sometimes formatting is good, especially when you go to paperbacks. You want it nice and clean so a reader reads it and then reads it, not say, hey, this is so hard, I'm putting it down. Don't give them a reason to stop reading. Now, you have your cover artist. This is integral to a book because that cover is the first look. Yes, we do judge books by their covers. If you can get them to read, if you can get people to talk about it, then it goes beyond, it transcends the cover limitation. However, you've got to have that cover on the book, and that's usually the first thing people see. Interior illustrations, whether you do those or not, that's your business. However, if you do, make sure you get good ones. So a typographer, people underestimate the quality of typography that goes on the cover because it's not just the image, because the image is going to be, if people see it on their phone, it's just kind of blobby. It's thumbnail size. However, the typography is so critical to selling the genre and that the story is good for somebody. You'll see a lot. You go to the top 100 covers in your favorite genre and look at him wiggling around back there. You see the top 100 covers in your genre, and you're going to see a lot of them are just blocky text with some kind of image, with some kind of coloration to draw your eye, and that's it. Good enough. So this is something that me as a non-visual artist, I never understand. So I always hire people, artwork, graphics, hire people to make sure that when I'm doing an ad, that graphic draws the people in the right way, the right people in the right way. Who's your go-to person for ad copy, ad art, social media generation, newsletter, general tasks? I have an executive assistant. Some people call them a PA, a personal assistant, to do that. They could do it from home. All of that, just to make sure that you're on the same page in regards to what is the genre, what is the target audience, and then align those things and put those ads into the right people's hands. Street team, The street, these are the people who go out in the street and shout out your book. So that's going to be like an insider group, possibly your proofreaders. It could be advanced reader copy. These are people who get the story and get to read it ahead of time, but it should be final. That's the critical thing. It should be a final story. So when the book's published, they can immediately leave a review. That's what the advanced reader copy. I don't do ARCs because of, well, I think it's kind of manipulating the system because you can't incentivize ARC readers at any point in time. However, you can take them off your list if they don't leave reviews. So, yeah, you are incentivizing it. It's kind of weirdly worded, but I don't do it. I just encourage my readers, please leave a review whenever you're done. Outreach and public relations, that's always ongoing. You can have a team for that. But the good news about all of this that you just saw is you can do it yourself. I would always have to hire graphics people and pay for covers, of course. But all the other stuff you can do yourself. It's better. I'd like to think that it's not who we are, but it's who we're surrounded by. Once you can surround yourself by a quality team of people, some you have to pay for, some will volunteer, but those quality people will help make you a better version of yourself. And that's what's going to help you sell books. Peace, fellow humans.